bakit hindi linigay sa NEP? Hindi naman trabaho ng senador, ng chairman ng finance, sagutin ang ahensya, bakit wala sa NEP? Yun na yung tanong namin, bakit nga wala sa NEP? Mag-isip-isip sila, matuto sila gumawa ng budget nila. Bakit tayo mag-iisip ngayon, ba't wala sa NEP?
Thank you for the lecture, Senator Loren.
I'm not lecturing.
No, we thank you really. You're really saying the right thing.
No,
But
it's true.
anyway,
Because I was there for 5 years, and sometimes, hanggang last minute, they submit in the BICAM. Why should they submit in the BICAM? Pag-isipan nila ang kanilang NEP, National Expenditure Program, the President's Budget. That's why ayaw na ayaw namin ma-insertion sa BICAM. Kasi dapat kung mahalaga yan, nasa NEP na yan. And then they come to a senator during the plenary, isingit nyo to. Ayaw namin. Okay, we amend, but there's only limited fiscal space. And then now, a veteran congressman asks the first-term chair of the Finance Committee, why is it not there? I'm sorry, I have to answer for him. Of course, he can very much answer that, but if it's not in the NEP, what do we do, right?
I also agree with Senator Ligarda and the chair. So therefore, I think Secretary Banoy Lopez is listening to us now. The suggestion of our senator is probably in the next cycle for 2027, we should be able to have that.
If I may add, after this, let's organize the oversight committee so that we even, walang masama, we are consulted when they do their NEP. Masama ba yun? Hindi. Kasi lahat ng output natin, sabi natin, bakit ang DND puro infra, ba't kulang sa ganito? So, example yung DND, bakit ito, wala yung Mindanao Rail? Agree kami dyan. Ano mang priorities nila, di ba? Kaya hearing tayo ng hearing. Gawa tayo ng monthly oversight committee ng bicameral. Tanungin nyo yan, kaagad. Sang-ayon ako dyan.
I agree again with Senator Ligarda. So, in fact, in the budget hearing of the DOTR in the House, there was a commitment of Secretary Lopez that there will be a roadshow precisely to get funders for the two railway phase 1 and 2. So that we can already, once there is a roadshow and there is a funder, then that's the time we can include. So I would just like to seek the support of all the senators and all the congressmen that the oversight will be created, and we would wish that DOTR would really go into the roadshow for these two projects, so that for the first time, Mindanao will have the two railway systems. So again, my thanks to Senator Gatchalian and Chairman Gatchalian and Chairman Mika Swansing for taking this up, the possibility already of the DOTR, probably in the budget of 2027, already include amounts, once we have funders already, for these two vital, important projects for Mindanao, the railway system. Thank you so much, Chairman.
Well, I will try to answer as much as I can, but there are a lot of information that the agency the agency can answer more appropriately. No? But I think as far as I know, it's a question of funder. No? Yun ang problema po.
Yes, Mr.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
Mr. Chairman.
We'll recognize Senator Amy first.
Yes,
and then,
thank you very much. I think this has to do with railways as well. I noticed two FAPs that have been reduced quite severely. Both the Metro Manila Subway project at 45 billion under the NEP has been reduced under the Senate for 25 billion. In the same manner, the North-South Commuter Railway at 76 billion in the NEP has been reduced to 37. My question is, are the amounts indicated in the NEP the minimum payments for our counterpart?
yes, Senator Amy. In fact, we received a letter dated December 1, 2025. Let me just read it. Considering the remaining unobligated funds under the current FAPs and in line with our urgent priorities of the national government to further boost economic growth and social equity, we would like to respectfully inform the Senate of the possibility of reclassifying 34 billion out of the total loan proceeds allocation in our fiscal year 2026 proposed budget to the unprogrammed appropriations to support various priorities of national government. This adjustment will ensure more efficient use of available resources and present a timely opportunity to put existing resources to work where they are needed most. And we were also looking at the utilization rate of these two projects, The average, for example, in 2024, the utilization rate of the North-South Commuter Railway is only 23%, and the Metro Manila Subway is only 17%, Senator Amy. So definitely the amounts allocated are not being utilized. So that's why they sent us a letter so that we can consider this.
Yes, the concern, of course, is that, firstly, the cost to the public has been measured many, many times by the World Bank, by JICA, and they run into billions every day, as well as, of course, the handling costs, because those are billions too. And finally, the reputational damage to the Philippines, because we don't pay our debts. So my problem is shunting the loan counterparts for foreign assisted projects towards the AND program really is not the solution. I think perhaps the solution is more efficient absorption and implementation of the projects. If we are at 23 and 17%, surely the solution is to renegotiate the loan and start from scratch rather than constantly paying handling costs and being indebted for who knows how much, immeasurable in terms of reputation.
Actually, in the past 5 years, the North-South Commuter Railway, the average utilization is only 33%. And the Metro Manila Subway is only 36%. So the utilization remains very low for these two projects. However, the recommendation of the agency was to transfer it to unprogrammed funds because the unprogrammed funds normally comes in second quarter of the year, and that can be used to fund the two projects that were mentioned.
Ganun pa man, hindi po solusyon yun. Kasi alam naman natin, kapag unprogrammed, ala chamba yan. Hindi naman sigurado na may savings. Ano? Kaya't itong mga project na ito, inaasam-asam ng ating mga kababayan na hirap na sa traffic, lalo na ngayon, tag-ulan, plus Christmas pa, talaga naman oras-oras na nawawalda sa traffic. Ito na lang talaga ang solusyon. Sana maisip natin kung paano gagawin to dahil kailangan na talaga ang public transport dito sa Metro Manila at sa North-South commuter railway areas. So, yung pag-aawas at paglilipat ng budget sa unprogram para sa akin ay hindi tunay na solusyon.
Yung program ho na later on pagpunta ho natin sa program, makikita ho natin na kumonti po yung mga items ho doon at dahil po kumonti, yung allocation po sa mga foreign assisted mas lumaki. No? So, yun po ang ginawa ho natin para po magamit po yung unprogram sa mga foreign assisted projects po.
Opo, ipagpaumanin ninyo pero sa ganitong panahon na sunod-sunod ang bagyo, lindol at iba pa, talagang hindi ako maasa na marami po tayong savings. Although, syempre, kinikilala naman natin na malaki na ang binawas sa unprogram. Maraming salamat.
Mr. Chairman,
Minority Leader Marcelino Lebanon.
Madam Chairman, thank you. I would like to go back to the earlier suggestion of Senator Legarda on creating a joint bicameral conference committee oversight committee so that we can exercise oversight monthly on the proposed budget and even go back to the expenditure of government. Napaka-importante po ito dahil kahit yung Mindanao Rail hindi na itutuloy, malaki ng ginasto natin. Mayroon din tayong Leyte-Samar Rail which will connect Luzon and Mindanao. Wala rin sa budget ngayon. Hindi natin alam. Kaya kung ayaw kong bitawan yung kanyang thoughts, kaya if it is proper, I would like to present a motion for the creation of the bicameral conference committee oversight committee, that joint oversight committee that we can even, if possible, include in the special provisions of this GAA. So moved, Madam Chair.
Second.